It's always a party at Patchworks. Let's get this party started. Woot woot. Hello everyone, this is Julie from Patchworks, and I am so excited that you're joining us for another Must Sew TV tonight here at Patchworks. Tonight is Thursday, April 24th, 2025, and I am here in the studio with Kate, and we have some fun things to share with you. We are going to show you a bundle of the week. We're going to talk about some in-stock kits and bundles that we have restocked. And then we're going to do a demo for you on the Easy Striped Tablerunner. And then we're going to also talk about some of the 100+ fabrics that we just got in stock that are new to our sale room. Ho, 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 how exciting! So I'm just going to check and make sure that you can hear us. Make sure you say hello. Oh, hello, hello. I see all of you chiming in. This is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I just wanted to quick mention the little ticker tape below us. So today is a little bit of a kind of a quiet before the storm. So we are expecting a lot of brand new fabrics next week. And this week has been, we've been receiving a bunch of restocks. We have a lot of restocks on Widebacks. We restocked our solid wall. We got in a ton of new clearance fabric. And we also restocked our Notion wall. Lots and lots of just things that are kind of not sexy, but really important to the stores for having things to fill in along the way. And so we thought that everybody who tuned in tonight and placed an order tonight would get some super exciting bonus. So all orders placed tonight through 9:29 Central Standard Time a.m. tomorrow morning will get a $5 off your next order coupon included with your order. How exciting. Is that exciting, Kate? That's exciting. She is nodding. So one per customer. If you happen to place 12 orders through the show, you're still going to get one coupon. So thank you so much. And let's take a peek at our bundle of the week. Bundle of the week. So this bundle of the week was curated by Katie and Heidi, and they used these two fabulous fabrics as inspiration, you know, as it is getting to be springtime here in Milwaukee, kind of, sort of. I mean, like, I don't know, earlier in the week it was a little chilly. Today it's a little warm. Who knows? But I'm hearing all the birdies, and I saw on the aviary, that's birds, right? Aviary. Migration map that I saw, hummingbirds are coming into the state. I haven't seen any hummingbirds around here yet, but I have seen those blue jays and a bunch of cardinals, which is super fun. And there's a robin that's hanging out by our front stoop here at the store that's dive bombing everybody coming in, but just talk nice to Mama Bird. And it's just lots of fun with all the beautiful birds. So we have these great bird pieces, and then we have this gorgeous mottled red with a little bit of floral, a fun plaid. And I love here how we mixed up the line. Cute little triangles, some stripes, lavender flowers. This one must have come with the line, and you have some outlines of some flowers, a nice blue tonal, ooh, a gorgeous green sorbet, this nice texture, and these fun triangles. So that's a really fun collection. I am going to get you the link for the bundle of the weeks. And keep in mind, this is this bundle of the week. All of our bundles of the week are $24.99. Currently, that's our current price for it, for 12 fat quarters. Super fun and pretty, and we make a limited number of these. They last as long as they last. Previous ones that we still have remaining. We have some Think Spring which is similar. So you could get this and they could go together. So get both of them, right? Oh, also it would work with last week's as well. So Flo's Floral Bundle of the Week, which don't be confused, this still is $24.99, and this has some great fun fabrics in there. Then we have Heidi's Pond Adventure. Still could work, you know. Some of these are a little bit brighter and a little bit more novelty-ish, but they could still work. Then we have Kate and Katie's Backyard Adventure. So this one is a little bit more muted. Really fun with the gingers. So maybe a different color palette here. And then also our Reproduction Bundle of the Week. So these two could go really well together, I think. So we kind of have two stories. So if you buy this one, you need to just like buy all four. And then if you buy this one, well, you just need both of these. That's what I think. Really great value. Or you can just get all of them. Oh my gosh. Such a great value.
Someone's asking, what line are the birds from?
What line are the birds from? That is an excellent question, and I grabbed one that didn't have the selvage. Kate is going to go into the back room and grab the bolt so that I can tell you specifically. So we have a little bit of a maze here today, so we're going to see if she can sneak by without tripping. I just have like a little fort here going on with all the fun things I'm going to show you. All right, so, and Karen, I did not say it yet, so don't worry about that. We'll tell you in just a second. Oh, here we go. She's handing it to me. Da, 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 da. It's a Studio E fabric. Ooh, so you could just get this whole piece, and it is from Bella Bluebirds. Very nice. So Bella Bluebirds. I don't have a link for it handy, but we have both colorways in, and this is one of our value priced newer fabrics at $8.96 a yard. Ooh, brought in special for a special price for you. All right. Next up, we are going to, oh, and Sherry said, I love this. Sherry said, I think I did get them all. I think you did too. 25 is for a whole quilt top is so affordable. And keep in mind, with 12 fat quarters, you can either make a whole lap quilt, or it's a starter if you add a background. Remember, we have done a whole series on 12 pack quilts, which starts with 12 fat quarters, which is a fat stack, which is our bundle of the week. So thank you for saying that, and it is such an amazing price. Okay. So next up, what do I want to tell you about? Well, I want to tell you about the quilt that's behind me. It's a Cherish quilt kit, and it's not new, but we haven't hung it behind us for a little bit. And we did bring in more fabrics that we could kit up some more. So it's this gorgeous lavender and buttery yellow and this really nice soft green with a white background and a little bit of taupe in there. This is a 65 by 74 quilt. It requires 4 3/8 yards backing, or just go ahead and get 4.5 yards. The Cherish quilt kit is $119.99. And I got to make sure today that I'm looking at the prices and not just quoting off prices off the top of my head. I get myself in trouble when I do that. So Kate's here to keep me in line today. Another thing I want to share with you for a kit that we were talking about last week, the Woven Stars Runner featuring Star Spangled. So we have that whole line of fabric in, and Heidi went ahead and kitted this. So it has your charm pack, your binding, your background fabric. All you need, as well as the pattern, all you need to do is add your backing to it. It is 14.5 by 44.5. And it's saying you need 5/8 of a yard of backing for that. That would be if you are quilting it yourself. If you are putting it on the long arm, you would want to get 1.5 yards because you're not quite going to have enough because it's going to be a titch too long, okay? So, really nice, and this is $35.99. Excellent price for a little project. And I pulled over as well a fun other little table runner that we talked about that we kitted because we had requests from our video a few weeks ago. And I think I told you about it, but I know not all of you are able to watch every week. So our farm to table runner, which is this one right here, and that uses a mini charms and then some fabrics and has the pattern in it as well. This is finishes 21 by 51. You want a 1 5/8 yards for your backing, and it is $39.99 for the kit. If you got both the kits and then chose a beautiful blue fabric that would work for both of them, you could get away with both of your table runners fitting on the one backing of the 1 5/8. That'd be a good value. Excellent value, don't you think, Kate? Kate's nodding in agreement. She thinks it'd be an excellent plan. Continuing with that farm to table line, or farm and garden, I just want to show you, we have the beautiful panels here for the line. This is the canvas panel where you can make bags or, you know, turn this into a quilt or pillows or such. And then we of course have all of the fabrics, the feed sack panel, and I think we have a couple more of these feed sack tea towels sets. So these have been going fast, and when they're gone, they're gone, but really great, especially as we start thinking about our gardens, as everything starts greening up and warming up and thawing, and still a little early to be planting in the ground, but it's getting close. It is getting close. All right, so have a couple new bundles that I want to share with you. So we have the sorbet bundle that has been one of our favorites. This is a 39 fat quarter tower that goes the whole pastel rainbow. It's from P&B, and so we have all of the fabrics back in stock again. So Heidi was able to go ahead and put a few towers together. This has just been really, really popular, and we keep on rebundling this. Let me get you the link for that. That is a really great bundle. And another fun bundle that we just did, we put the abandoned fabrics, the Tim Holtz abandoned fabrics. One of our Tim Holtz fans asked that we put all of the abandoned together, and so there are 19 current abandoned fabrics. I'm going to show you everything that's in there. So the abandoned is this sort of distressed alcohol ink mixed media kind of piece. So if you follow Tim Holtz, you might be excited that we put towers together for this. We have it available in either the fat quarter or half yard size. So lots of alcohol ink distressing base prints. Very different, very artistic, very fun. So we've been doing our best to restock our Tim Holtz collection. I did hear word from my, and let me get the link for that. I did hear I heard from my Free Spirit rep today that sent me in a little bit of a panic. And we are doing our best to replenish all of the palette fabrics. They have just already discontinued one of them. So my heart is doing a little jump step, and so they really did mean that they're limited edition. We're doing our best to restock and scavenge from wherever to keep rekitting and rebundling all of the good stuff. But as a little urgency, if you love the palette fabrics, you definitely want to make sure that you grab them sooner than later and don't wait for them to end up on the clearance rack, because I can assure you they are not going to end up on the clearance rack because we can barely keep them in stock. So, all right, super exciting. I'm going to hand these off to Kate, and that abandoned fat quarter tower is $71.25, and the half yard tower would be twice that much. And the last item I want to share with you before we head into our demo, we are super excited that we got notification that Full Moon Forest by Tula and True Colors 2025 are heading to our store as of today. Yay! So I got the invoice, and before, as of the show, I didn't quite have the tracking numbers yet, but it should be leaving their warehouse today. So then that means definitely by next week, because it doesn't come overnight, sadly. We are going to have 85 million boxes of the fabric. No, not 85 million, but we're going to have a lot of the fabric so we can bundle and put all sorts of special things. We are also getting the collector totes that come along with it and the Free Fall 108s. I believe the Free Fall 108s are going to be shipping next week, and I'm not sure if the pre-cuts have shipped with the line or not. I haven't quite seen my packing slip. I just saw my invoice total. So we're super excited to be able to share that with you, and just wanted to let you know that that is the update on that. So super, super exciting.
Someone asked which color is discontinued.
So the one that is discontinued, but we're still trying to get it, is the pink collage. So that's the first one that is not in their website, and they do not have it on reorder and do not plan on reordering it. So, but I have ways to be able to access some to make a few more of our floor kits, as well as the few extra bundles that I was wanting to make. But that is where we're going. So there are 3 others that we're out of stock of right now, and those are all in reprint mode. So we are going to be getting those, but I believe the pink has already reprinted, so what they had in the warehouse is it. So anyhow, especially right now, I would say those ones that were the first 3 releases, so pink, red, and orange, are probably going to be the ones that are going to be gone first. But as I said, we are doing our best to keep on scooping up more, and I have another order going in because we have our big trunk show at the end of May. So I need to make sure that we have fabric for that. All right. Next up, we are going to talk about the Easy Striped Tablerunner. So the Easy Striped Tablerunner, not new, but definitely a great concept. So let me put overhead here so we can see this a little better. Okay, so this is a pattern that you probably have seen. So on the simple part, I'll show you how you chop up a border print to do that. In this anniversary edition that we have available, you can see how you can do a few different layouts with it to be able to get some interesting different designs. Can you see that? I think so. So what you need is a border print. And what's a border print? A border print runs length of fabric. Oops, you need to see me. A border print runs length of fabric, and we just got in quite a few with our new shipment. Okay, so this one here that is an in the beginning. You can see here that there's 4, let me see, oops, no, this way. 4 different strips. Do you see that? Okay, so you need 2 strips per table runner. So you could either use this for your backing, or each section of fabric that you get can make 2 table runners. Doesn't that sound like a good plan? All right, so what are you going to do? We are going to chop this up and look at how we put it together, okay? So let's look overhead. And you can either scissor cut it or rotary cut it, okay? So what we're going to do here is I am going to decide, and so you can decide here how you want it to be positioned, okay? At this selvage, it goes all the way here. So I think it'd be interesting, because I'm not going to cut off any head of the snowman, right? No heads from the snowman if I cut here, and then if I cut here. How does that sound? Well, actually, I go all the way to here. I go all the way to here. And then here, I'd cut there to there, okay? So I'd cut 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So let's, can you just hand me the scissor, the fabric scissor? You absolutely can rotary cut this. I am just going to scissor cut this while I talk to you. How many of you have made one of these before? Let Kate know so that she can let me know. And are you excited that we're bringing back some border stripes? And the border stripes that we're bringing in, we brought in at value prices of $8.96 a yard. Isn't that great? And I'll show you. So you can see here that this is kind of more of a sewing project than a quilting project. So you can scissor cut this, right? Just going to cut a little bit more so that we have the whole edge. So on this particular one, I did 1.5 yards of the border print. Depending on what length you want your table runner, you could modify the length. And if your dining room table is super long, you of course would want to get it a little bit longer, right? Okay, so you're going to want them all to be the same, right? I'm just going to cut off part of it here. No, we're just going to go all the way across, because that way I can show you, right?
Wendy has made one before.
Wendy has made one before?
And she said fun project.
Fun project. And this is one that you can either turn or quilt to finish. So I think the samples that I have to show you of the finished project are quilted, but you absolutely can turn it. And then the other thing that I really like with it is that you can use your leftovers to make a mini trivet, which can be fun. Okay, here we go. So see that? We have them cut. Now you would have 2 stripes, right? 2 stripes that you'd work with, because you'd have mirror images. And so you could decide if you want your snowmen to be like this, or if you want them to be like this, right? You can decide however you want, right? Okay, so what you are going to do is that you are going to use your 60-degree ruler, and you are going to cut wedges off each edge, okay? So when you are cutting your wedge here, all right, you are going to use your mat, and we are going to cut it this way. Why not, right? This way. So I am going to grab my ruler. So what kind of 60-degree ruler can you use? You can use a variety of different 60-degree rulers, and you know, you could even use your 60-degree angle, if you really had wanted to, off of your strip ruler, like the Big Daddy ruler here. Other 60-degree rulers that we have in the store. So the Super 60 by Clearview is very nice. If you have a hex and more, that would work too. And you could also use your Super Sidekick. Now, in this case, I have I'm using something that is wider. I didn't quite think this through perfectly. Oh my goodness. So it is wider than this. So you have two options. Okay, so we're going to learn something today. Kate, do you like to learn things?
Yes.
Kate loves to learn things. So we are not going to worry about fussy cutting this. Okay, you absolutely could, but because we're just going for length, we're not going to worry about fussy cutting. If you had wanted to, you could do it where you make sure that that guy's there, but we might lose a head. Okay, so if you have the situation where you have a ruler that's shorter than the size you need to be, what we're going to do is we can use this as a reference, and then we're going to bring in our big ruler without having to worry about lining things up perfectly on the 60-degree angle, right? We don't need to worry about using this scary line that everybody's afraid of. We'll just make sure that our ruler's lined up, okay? So this hex and more ruler has our 60-degree and has a nice little nub there. I am going to use this as my placeholder. I'm going to butt that up. I'm going to slide that away. Do you see how I did that? That is an easy hack of extending your ruler. Kate, did you ever do that before? Mm-hmm. Kate did that before. Excellent. How many of you have done that before? I'm sure a bunch of you have. So we're going to then come here and we can do the same. Now in this case, I would rotate my mat, right? Rotate my mat because I don't want to cut opposite, right? So I'm going to just rotate this here. So I can do that, okay? Great. Now I need to get rid of this guy. So I'm going to bring him back around. And we're going to line this up. So this is scrap. That's one we're going to use. And then we're going to get rid of this guy. So we're going to line him up here. Line him up. And in a perfect world, we are just going, but our ruler's not quite big enough. So we're going to place this one here because I wanted to use a super wide thing. Once again, what am I going to do? Kate, take a guess. She's making a motion. I'm going to rotate my mat here. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to show you here what happens. So we take this away. We take this away. We scoot this here, and when we sew this, we get the half, right? And we'll do that on the other side. When we have the halves here, and we've done it on the other side, we're then going to do it on reverse. And don't be sad, I'm going to be using a different fabric. Okay, don't be sad. When we have our two halves and put them together, you can see you use 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then it's facing. You can do it this way or that way. Here's another sample of how we did it. Both of these are out of print. We just wanted to share with you what a finished project could look like. These happen to be quilted and bound rather than just turned inside out. And when you have those extra cutoffs, rather than worrying about just throwing them away, you can put 3 of them together with 3 alternate fabrics and turn it into a fun trivet. Okay? Does that sound like fun? Anybody have any questions on anything? And Lori said she has all of them. All of them. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. So now the biggest thing that you want to know is what fabrics do we have that you can do one of these out of, right? I know you are super excited to find out what fabrics we have in store that you can do that. So we saw those cute snowmen, and then we have, because holidays are often some things that we do for decorating our homes, right? So we have this really fun spring one from In the Beginning, okay? And you can see you can do the lace. So you could have it be just the roses, or you can include the lace. We have the snowman that we looked at. This autumn one, oh my gosh, this is a good one. Like that. We have a lot of holiday ones that we got in. And once again, this is at a really great price for you, so that, you know, sometimes when you're gift giving or decorating, you don't want to spend $1 million. I mean, I'd love it if you spent $1 million, but you know. This one fun here. And the designs, yes, the intricate artwork from Jason Yanter is just spectacular. So that's a Christmas one. Tulip pink with the triceratops would be a great one. Yes, especially if you didn't want the triceratops in a quilt. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you didn't want it, that would definitely be an option. Now this one here, you can cut here and here, and so that is a little bit different of a look, right? And then we have a Ben Artex that we just got in. That one's super cute and exciting. Just gonna take some of these away. It's getting a little tall here. These florals there. Look at that one. And this one you could decide as well that you wanted to go here to here. So that would look a little bit closer to, oops, I need to show it to you here. Right? You could go here to here. You can also make them smaller if you had wanted to. Berries. The berry basket, that makes me just hungry. And then we have one that's been hanging out with us for a little bit that has the butterflies and the berries. You can decide how you want to cut that, if you want to have it be big or little. Super fun. But those are our border prints, and those are in our back room. So those are excellent, excellent values for you. And I know, like, oh, close to all of you have a 60-degree ruler. If you don't, I'd be happy to hook you up with one. But something great that you can do. Also, if you were looking for all the different ideas for how to make this, we have this pattern in stock, and it is called the Easy Striped Tablerunner Pattern. So super cool. Yes, the red poinsettias would be really fun, and the snowman is super great too. So those are some fun options. Why don't we just push them back rather than try to push them somewhere else? Okay, so we took a look at some of those, and what we pay no attention to what's behind the curtain. We want to share as well some of our other fun things that we have that we got. As I said, we have over 100 new bolts that came for the back room. And also super excited that more are in transit. So really, really excited. We are committed to shopping not only for the front of the store for you, but for the back of the store. And super fun. So one of the things too is it gives us the opportunity to get some things that we haven't necessarily had in other parts of the store. So, you know, we had brought in, with the last shipment, we had brought in some beautiful Kim Deal fabric, right? And that has been really, really popular, having the different looks like that. And we also brought in the Nana May, the 30s fabric. So since the reproduction fabric was really, really popular since we brought it in, I scooped up some more. I got in some Missy Carpenter. So Missy Carpenter, let's take a peek at what Missy Carpenter looks like. And the Missy Carpenter goes really, really well with the Kim deal as well if you aren't familiar with Missy Carpenter. Look, I mean, just it's really nice, really fabulous. These are first quality fabrics here that we just have been able to scoop up at a value for you. So really nice. And even if you aren't into reproduction style fabrics, these are just nice blenders. Nice small prints, small scales. So we've been buying for the back room so that everything for the back room is under 10. Some of the prices end up being a little bit more. So this is $9.20 a yard. And then the next row, I'm going to scoop some up and give them to Kate here. Is that too much? See if we knock everything over. There's a really cool border stripe that came with this line as well. So you could use that for a table runner or as a fun border. Cut it up as a fun sort of kaleidoscope in the quilt with this line. What do you think? Do you like these sorts of fabrics? It's really interesting because while these are traditional, do you have that that Kate and Katie's backyard playdate? You know, these colors really go well even with the traditional, the new gingerbread. So see how, you know, everything old is new again. How modern goes with traditional, really goes well. So Bee Garden, other gingerbread that we have in the back room goes really well with that. I'm going to have Kate scoop a couple of these away. We're getting our workout today. She didn't know how much of a workout she was going to get today. But it's always the Patchworks workout program. So those are the new ones. And you could see here, this could even be a traditional holiday. This was not intended to be a holiday line, but it absolutely could be. So we're going to clear this line out here. I'm going to check here. And the saturated colors, yes. So Barb wants to know, did we get the rest of the Kansas Troubles? So sadness, Barbara. There are currently no Kansas Trouble fabrics in the Moda Warehouse. So we have future Kansas Troubles coming. However, there is no current Kansas Troubles in the house. So we do have some available, and we can definitely talk if you are interested in working on this program here with those fabrics. We can custom make a kit for you, including some of these great primitives that we have in stock, combined with some Kansas Troubles. However, we did venture away from Kansas Trouble since we weren't able to get what I had thought we could get, and we have replaced it with our beautiful red, white, and blue offering. So, not because we didn't want to, but because we couldn't get it. So, we can, of course, help you fit any fabric that you'd like into that collection. All right, next up, we are going to pull out some fun new banner text that we got. So these are like some Woodland Creatures, super fun. And let's take a peek at those. So I know Easter just happened, but you know, bunnies aren't just Easter, right? So we have some cute bunnies. This one, I love this guy here. So this is a fun little squares, but it's yardage. So, I mean, you could cut them up, but I think this is just more effective as yardage. You could square it up or such. And so you have squirrels and bears and bunnies and owls and cardinals and froggies and turtles and bluebirds. Really fun. So we have this guy here and some fun owls. with a white background and a blue background. Some coordinates that can go with it or just be great on their own. So some square dots. And then some dots with a white background. And this guy doesn't necessarily go with these two, but they go with some of the fabrics underneath. And so that's super fun. Going to clear these away and then look at our next grouping. It's been such hard work. I was telling Frank, buying these days seems to be like a full-time job. So it's exciting when we just get to buy all this stuff. Next, we have a whole bunch of little flowers for you. So really sweet flowers. We have these in a variety of colors here. So we have the orange background, the blue on the white, the turquoise background, and 3 more. Look at those, they're so sweet. Coordinates that go with it here, we have these beautiful flowers. I believe this is cherry goudry. And the beautiful print that I had put as our little focus print with our video today. Super cute. And this one. We do also have a super sweet butterfly that can go along with lots of these. So we have the butterfly and the dragonflies. Super cute. Goes along with lots of these. All of these are in our back section, and they are at the value price of $8.96, what I'm showing you right now. I split out all the new ones that we have here, just so that if you had wanted to shop just the new clearance, let me get you that link. Okay, so that is just the new that we've gotten in over the past, like, literally a couple days. Okay, now I am going to show you a few other fun things. A lot of you are, have commented of you like all the exciting prints that we have in the back, but you're looking also for some blenders. So shopping for blenders for the back room is a little bit more challenging, but I was able to get in a few. So let's take a peek at some new fabulous blenders that I got in. I think we got in about a dozen, and so it doesn't range the whole spectrum, but we have some nice warm colors, nice mottled texture, very limited quantities here, but really excited to be able to share these selections at a great price. These are in the $9.20 range again, which is really a great price. It's not free, but it's definitely a great price. And these just feel really nice, and they are first quality fabrics. So very excited to be able to share that with you. Those happen to be Stoff prints. We're still unwrapping, so I wasn't able to grab all of these. These are a little bit more premium, and so they are $9.52 and $10, I believe. Look at this. We have just a couple new capes that we were able to add, and a few Anna Marias that we were able to scoop up. So you're going to have to come in to check those out, or just scan online. I wasn't able to unwrap all of them in time for our presentation tonight, but they are all checked in. And we have a few more other fun blendery things. Let me show you overhead. And I haven't pulled everything, just a nice section of them. So some fun green, cute cats. Look at these floral cats, really nice. And these are kind of fun, silly cats. They don't quite go with the other ones, but they're just so cute. I could see this as the fun, a back of a little placemat or small runner. That could be super fun. You could fussy cut if you want, but I think it would be more, it would just be very powerful left as a whole piece. And then we do have a little bit, we're thinking about trying to provide some values for you as we get into the holidays. So, you know, we do have last season's in there, but these ones have a little bit of pearlescent in there, which is really nice. This is not representative of everything we got, but I just wanted to pull out some nice, fun things. And these are wintry guys, little snowmen. So we have the snowman with the red hats, snowman with these fun teal or turquoise hats. This one here, oh, this one is not gonna last. This is a navy background with kind of a silver pearlescent snowflake, really nice snowflake. And then I also thought that this one would work really well too. This isn't specifically holidays, but I thought it could work for that. And this is a navy background with just nice drops. So clearly not everything we got in, but a ton of what I just wanted to show you. So those are super fun. As we were making room for our widebacks, because I said we replenished a bunch of the, I'm just looking at them here, a bunch of the thatched widebacks and muslin widebacks and grunge widebacks. So really, really nice basic colors for you. We needed to make a little bit of room. So what we did is that we chopped up some of the pieces that hadn't been hanging around a while or had been hanging around, but were like 1.5 yards. And if you're looking for a wideback, you're probably looking for more than a 1.5 yards. However, 1.5 yards can still be helpful. So we have, oh goodness, I'm just looking, over a dozen great wideback cuts that are at a value price that are either the end of the bolt or a 3-yard cut. So we just packaged them up, easy to go, grab and go at a great price. So 3 yards here, we call it wideback shorts. This is a Tim Holtz wideback. A regular price for this would be $63.12, and this cut is $44.18. So that's a really good price. So that's less than $15 a yard for a wideback. And widebacks right now can be over $25 depending on what style you're looking at. So wanted to share those with you. Couple more things to tell you. We are going to be having our, my favorite color is Moda, kickoff or information party this coming Wednesday. So that is April 30th. And that is either at 10:30 in the morning or 6:30 at night. So when we start sewing in June, that first Wednesday in June, that will be a drop-in format where you just can come all day from open, and then we're going to stay open late until 7 o'clock at night on that first Wednesday of the month to show you the blocks and give you tips and tricks, help you troubleshoot, and help share show and tell. But on the 30th of April, so that's next Wednesday, we are going to be doing a party where we're going to show you in person the kits that we have. We'll show you a little taster of things, help you get started. If you've already prepaid for a kit, we will have those kits ready. However, there's going to be an opportunity to be able to continue to sign up. Remember, it's not too late. We're first going to start sewing in June. So plenty of time to be able to come, check it out, think about it. If you are at all on the fence, make sure you come. No RSVP required. If we have like a billion people, well, we'll have to figure something out. But so far, knock on wood, we haven't had the situation where we've had to worry about that sort of thing. So we would be excited to have you join and share with us whether or not you join the whole program. But I think it could be exciting for you to participate in this fun quilt along that will be starting in June. Let me get you the link for that. We do have preset kits, but we also have the opportunity for you to choose your own adventure, and that would either be using fabric from your stash, or you could also do it where we just help you shop. So we would help you personal shop for things. So far, we've helped, I believe, 4 people pick their own adventure. And so if you wanted to choose your own adventure, the best way would be for you to just sign up for that $49.95 program, or $49.99 program, where you get all the pattern as well as all the goodies that we're going to be showing you throughout the whole year. And it's definitely going to be value for you to be able to participate along the way. And then we'll just help you shop. Any questions today? I know I have thrown a lot at you. No questions. Oh, one thing that I did want to share with you that's not new on sale, but I was able to scoop up something that was out of stock and I don't believe is being printed anymore. Look at this guy here. So this is the Onion Rings Cafe Wideback. We have 7 yards in stock. 7. Only 7. Super exciting. We have it back in stock. So if that was something you were looking for, you want to scoop that up today, that'd be great. And remember that from now until 9:29 a.m., so it'd be before the store opens, if you were placing an order, we're going to be including a $5 gift card for you. So something different, and rather than doing a drawing for giving away prizes, we'll make sure that everybody who participates gets a fun prize. I would like to thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had a lot of fun with you. If we missed your question or you're tuning in late and have a question for me after the program, shoot us a message and we'd be more than happy for answering you after. Or if we didn't get all the comments somehow in our video feed here, we will also make sure to address them after the show. We are here Tuesday through Saturday every week, and we have lots of fun things to share with you. So until next time, happy quilting, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us.